The conflict that you're feeling right now is not here to destroy you. You getting destroyed is what happens when you back down from the conflict and you refuse to develop diplomacy. Friction and conflict happen. There's two things that you can do, and literally only two things that you can do. You can either look away or you can ground down and look deeper. Now, I'm not saying that looking away, turning tail, and running is the wrong option. Sometimes that's the right option. But for most things in our life, uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable conversations, mean comments online, like we're running away from little cats, like little house cats, and then we're telling other people that they're tigers out here. See, what happens when you start choosing to like ground in and look at it and face your fear, face the conflict, face the friction rather than turning away and running as a default, is that you actually get to experience yourself in the discomfort, in the jitteriness, in the like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work out. And that's a wonderful place to be as a human being. It's a weird thing to say, but like suffering is important to life. Pain, stress, all that stuff is important for life. And we see this in rats. Like they did a study, they put a bunch of rats in a room, they gave them as much food and sex as they could, like more than they could ever want. And what happened? They all started isolating, they all went into psychosis. It's suffering, it's pain, it's stress. All these things bind us together. So if you want peace, you have to use conflict and friction to develop the gift of diplomacy. This is Gene Keys that I'm spitting right here. Gene Keys is a branch of human design, which is a branch of the Kabbalah, the I Ching, astrology, and the Hindu Brahman chakra system. It's a branch of like human beings looking and seeking the truth since the beginning of time and the beginning of being able to record this and pass it on to the next generation. We have the most refined awareness and pattern recognition system that has ever been available to human beings. And the difference between the people that are going to master themselves and the people that are going to have masters and just do whatever the masters say is just one simple thing. And that thing is your willingness to gather data on yourself. Because this is one of the hardest things for people to do. And I'll relate it back to conflict. When conflict happens, typically we're gonna get one of those like, I'm gonna run away, right? Flight or fight. I'm gonna stand and fight it. And like I said earlier, flying is not the bad choice, it's a choice. But chances are you're choosing one over the other, and chances are that there's information in the other one that if you start doing that a little bit more, you can gather more data on yourself. You can start to master these sensations rather than being overcome, overwhelmed, overthinking. You can learn how to leverage all of that sensation so that that's no longer happening to you, and you can actually develop the gifts and bring the things into the world that only you can bring in. This is inherently challenging. This is inherently hard for us to do because everything on the outside tells us, oh, just go with the flow, be like everybody else. But there's something inside you that's a little bit different, and that's not by accident. And the only way this is going to become revealed to you is if you start becoming the one to gather data on yourself, especially when it's uncomfortable, especially when the data makes you feel less than. Because here's the thing, we're always going to be gathering data. Data gather, data gather. And you know who else is gathering data? The algorithms. So whoever gathers the most data and whoever applies that data the best is going to become your master. And whether it's the device in your hand or your soul and your body and your mind and your magic is up to you.